Throughout history, some mysteries have left investigators baffled, historians perplexed, and the world obsessed. From disappearances to bizarre crimes, these unsolved cases remain open, waiting for answers that may never come. Get ready as we count down the top 10 craziest unsolved cases in history. Starting off at number 10, December 4th, 1872. A ship drifts silently in the Atlantic. No crew, no signs of struggle, just a half-eaten meal and a captain's log that ends abruptly. This is the Mary Celeste, one of history's greatest maritime mysteries. The ship left New York for Italy, carrying cargo and a crew of 10, including Captain Benjamin Briggs, his wife, and their 2-year-old daughter. But when a passing vessel discovered her, something was wrong. The lifeboat was missing, but the ship was perfectly seaworthy. No blood, no distress signal, just abandoned, as if the crew vanished into thin air. Theories? Oh, there are plenty. A pirate attack? No valuables were stolen. A seaquake? The ship was intact. A giant sea monster? Who knows? Some say they abandoned ship too soon, fearing an explosion from alcohol fumes in the cargo. Others blame mutiny, rogue waves, even aliens. But the truth? Still unknown. The Mary Celeste remains one of the eeriest unsolved cases in history, and maybe, just maybe, we'll never know what really happened. Coming up next at number 9. In 1959, 9 experienced hikers set off into Russia's Ural Mountains, but none of them returned alive. What happened at Dyatlov Pass remains one of the craziest unsolved mysteries in history. Rescue teams found their tents slashed open from the inside, as if they were desperate to escape. Their bodies were scattered across the snow, some nearly naked, despite the freezing temperatures. But it gets weirder. Some had crushed skulls and broken ribs, yet no signs of an external attack. One hiker was missing her tongue and eyes, others showing high radiation levels on their clothes. No footprints led to or from the scene, except their own. Was it an avalanche, secret military tests, a Yeti, or something even stranger? To this day, no theory fully explains everything that happened that night. The Dyatlov Pass incident remains a haunting mystery, and one of the most terrifying true stories in history. Up next at number 8, March 8th, 2014. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 takes off from Kuala Lumpur, bound for Beijing. But just 40 minutes into the flight, something strange happens. The plane suddenly veers off course, its transponder shuts off, and it vanishes from radar. No distress call, no warning, just gone. For weeks, search teams scoured the Indian Ocean. Clues were scarce. Then, debris washed up on distant shores, pieces of the plane. But the main wreckage? Still missing. What really happened? Theories range from mechanical failure to hijacking, even pilot suicide. Some believe it was deliberately flown off course. Others suggest an unknown catastrophe. Despite the largest search in aviation history, Flight 370 remains one of the greatest mysteries of all time. A modern aircraft, hundreds of people, simply disappeared. Will we ever uncover the truth, or will MH370 remain an unsolved mystery, lost in the depths of the ocean forever? Next up at number 7, December 1st, 1948. A man is found dead on Summerton Beach, Australia. No ID, no labels on his clothes, no signs of struggle, just a mysterious scrap of paper in his pocket with 2 chilling words, Tamam Shud, Persian for it is finished. Investigators were baffled. His fingerprints and dental records matched no one. Then it got weirder. A hidden pocket in his pants contained a coded message, letters arranged in a cryptic sequence. Nearby, a rare book was discovered with a torn-out page matching the note in his pocket. Was he a spy, a secret lover, a victim of poison? Even after exhuming his body decades later, DNA tests only deepened the mystery. Some say he had ties to intelligence agencies. Others believe he was caught in a tragic love affair. To this day, the Summerton Man remains one of the strangest unsolved cases in history. Who was he, and why was his death wrapped in such secrecy?
Up next at number 6, August 1966, 2 men are found dead on a hill in Brazil, lying side by side, dressed in matching suits and wearing strange lead masks over their eyes. No signs of a struggle, no wounds, nothing. Just a cryptic note beside them, reading, "Be at the agreed place, ingest capsules, await the signal." What capsules? What signal? Investigators were baffled. The men were electronics technicians, but why were they here? Some believe they were trying to contact aliens. Others think it was a bizarre experiment gone wrong. Toxicology tests couldn't determine if they were poisoned because their organs were never tested. Adding to the mystery, locals reported strange lights in the sky the night they died. Were they part of a secret cult, a scientific experiment, or something even weirder? To this day, no one knows what really happened. The lead masks case remains one of the strangest, creepiest unsolved mysteries in history.
Halfway there, at number 5, one of the most terrifying mysteries in American history, the Zodiac Killer. A shadowy figure who taunted police, terrified the public, and vanished without a trace. Between 1968 and 1969, the Zodiac claimed at least 5 victims in California, but he boasted of many more. His calling card? Cryptic letters sent to newspapers, filled with bizarre symbols and chilling threats. Some of his coded messages remain unsolved to this this day. Who was he? A genius? A madman? A cop? Theories range from Arthur Lee Allen to Ted Kaczynski, but no one was ever caught. Despite countless investigations, forensic tests, and even modern DNA analysis, the Zodiac's identity remains a mystery. He disappeared, but did he really stop? The case remains open, the fear still lingers, and somewhere out there, the truth is waiting to be found. Next up at number 4. In December 1900, 3 lighthouse keepers vanished without a trace from the remote Flannan Isles off the coast of Scotland. When a relief crew arrived, they found the lighthouse eerily empty. The clocks had stopped, a meal was left uneaten, and a single overturned chair hinted at something sinister. The logbook revealed chilling details. One keeper wrote about a violent storm, another mentioned deep fear, and the last entry simply read, "Storm ended, sea calm, God is over all." Then, silence. But here's the catch. No storms were recorded in the area at the time. Official reports claimed a rogue wave swept them away. But why were 2 sets of oilskins missing while the third was left behind? Some say they were taken by something not of this world. Was it madness? A fight gone wrong? Or something even more mysterious? Over a century later, no trace of them has ever been found. Up next at number 3, what if I told you we're living in the wrong year? In 1991, German historian Herbert Illig proposed a mind-blowing theory, the phantom time hypothesis. He claimed that nearly 300 years of history between 614 and 911 AE never actually happened. According to Illig, the early Middle Ages were fabricated, and rulers like Charlemagne completely made up. He argued that Holy Roman Emperor Otto III, Pope Sylvester II, and Byzantine Emperor Constantine VII conspired to alter calendars, making it seem like they were ruling in the year 1000 AD, a date of symbolic importance. The evidence? Suspiciously few records from that era, inconsistencies in architecture, and even a misalignment in astronomical data. But if this were true, where did those 300 years go? Most experts dismiss the theory as nonsense, but the gaps in medieval history still raise questions. Could it be that we're actually living in the 1700s? Coming up next at number 2, in 1954, a man arrived at Tokyo's Haneda Airport. But what happened next is one of the strangest unsolved mysteries in history. He handed over his passport, but officials were stunned. His country, Tord, didn't exist. The man was just as confused. He insisted Tord was real, located between France and Spain. His passport had official stamps, and he even had bank statements and business records proving his travels. But when officers showed him a map, his country wasn't there. Tord didn't exist in our world. Authorities detained him in a hotel room under strict guard while they investigated. But by morning, he was gone. No way out, no sign of escape, just vanished. His documents? Gone. His existence? Erased. Was he from a parallel universe, a time traveler, or just an elaborate hoax? To this day, no answers exist. What do you think happened to the man from Tord? And at last but not least, London, 1888. A shadow lurks in the fog, a nameless terror known as Jack the Ripper. In just 3 months, at least 5 women were brutally murdered in Whitechapel. The killer's methods? Chilling, precise, merciless. He struck in the dead of night, leaving behind gruesome crime scenes, but never a single clue. Despite thousands of suspects, letters taunting the police, and entire newspapers obsessed with the case, Jack was never caught. Some say he was a surgeon, others a butcher, even a member of the royal family. And then he vanished. No arrests, no answers, just fear and legend. Over 130 years later, the world still asks, who was Jack the Ripper, and how did he get away with it? What do you think? Was he a genius killer or just lucky? Let me know in the comments.